The opening song is kind of growing on me now.
Oh, it grew on me a while back.
Listen to it all the time at work. What do you expect?
Exactly. 2-hour loop. That's how you do. Yeah, you really should have been doing that already.
It's a bit unfortunate because now she knows what they're looking for.
How are you going to do that without you don't have the range?
Wouldn't the cape thing like go over her face? Well, there's some lightning.
Yeah.
What is she running like a snail? How does she not catch up with them? Ever. Well, I mean, she did kill all these other pros, so...
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't kill them. I kind of like these guys. Well, she didn't seem too happy about that. Can't imagine it's this easy.
Years
the
of
mutual nod.
experience.
Oh, fine. Or that.
Well, no, it's because they know how to understand their own body language.
It's the power of the mutual nod.
Hey, Aaron, do you believe in the fact that your gas will last long enough? No? Then you need your fucking horse.
No! No! No!
Aaron's gonna fucking, like, run into a tree.
Sexy guy! Thor! Ow, my heart! Jesus.
That's right. He isn't in a position to see that part.
Well, shit, man, I wasn't expecting this.
I kinda was.
Well, because spoilers.
No.
Oh.
I don't know the characters well enough, spoiler-wise, to know
Oh, that's so sad. Dude.
But yeah, that's
Thor,
rather...
cute chick. And tongue guy.
Well, at least now everyone knows where to go. Now stop yelling and attack the damn thing.
He's gotta show how pissed he is. Oh my god, that face when he was running. Oh no, run deer. That mouth was like dislocated. He's got a mouth, he could bite her.
Yeah, because right now she's just dodging every time he moves. While staring at him all expressionless.
Well, like neither of them can use their arms now.
You know, you still have forearms to use, buddy.
And elbows.
And a side swoop with the arm would...
And again, the mouth.
Yes.
Or his head if he wants to headbutt it.
Yes.
How come his yelling isn't attracting titans?
Waiting too long. You have elbows! Use them!
Oh god, that face. That's what happens to you way too long, bro.
Your tongue just dangling.
At least he learned he could use his knee.
Well, that was unexpected.
And confusing. What exactly did she do?
I don't know, but apparently she's rather good at hitting things.
Man, how many times in his life is this gonna happen to him?
But she's failing at the thinking part.
They're both pretty good at the blind rage thing, though.
Runs in the quasi-family. Because magic, switch out the blades and go.
Just get in the eyes, man.
Those aren't nearly as sunken in as they could be.
That was an interesting thought that Armin brought up, though, that it was probably somebody who saw
Yeah.
him first. That makes me want to go back and watch that episode and see if I can find out who it is.
Well, I mean, by the end of that episode, like, depending on when exactly they found out and how quickly they were able to communicate it to the Armored Titan, or if the Armored Titan was the person that saw the transformation in the first place, if the Armored Titan is a person, then, you know, that could have been anyone, because after all, like, eventually Peak Sheath arrived and he was all like, yo, by the way, guys, Aaron transforms into a Titan. And my yelling carries over the entire town.
It would still be so weird if the Armored Titan and the other one were people, because it's like, why?
Well, why for this one? It's why for all of them.
What, why for the humans, or just why for...
No, any of this transforming Titan.
Well, yeah, obviously that's a why too, but she's focused on specific things that don't involve complete obliteration, seemingly, of the human race, whereas Colossus Titan and Luna were all like, give opportunities to destroy human race.
Yes. But then they stopped that, apparently. At least that's now what their speculation is. That they stopped as soon as they learned about the Eren.
Yeah. Assuming that he got his superpowers from the injection that his father gave him. Then, I mean, that's what we're going on, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then Chick Titan would have had to have the same thing happen to her, right? Or at least that, whatever it was. Right? So it's like, when and where and how did that happen? And it's still just all confusing because I don't know who she is, but oh my god, that was so sad. Everybody died.
Yeah, this show's good at that.
I was not expecting that. Like, I didn't expect them to beat her, but I also at the same time wasn't thinking about the possibility of them dying. Just because they were so up there in the terms of main characterness that I was like, oh, maybe they'll last a bit longer, and they just killed off like an ass ton of people in the previous episodes. They're not gonna kill these guys too.
This is how shows about freaking actual conflict need to do things.
I'm so sad. It's
because this show builds up characters just so that you get acquainted with them.
Yeah, just so you kill them. But so soon, it's too soon.
It's great.
I just recently got the nickname for Thor. Like, until then, he was like the sexy guy. And then I was like, yeah, Thor, that's a great idea. And then now he's dead. So it's like, I was wondering how Mikasa was gonna manage, though. I couldn't expect her to die, especially after those other three. And
I also think she's more competent. Well, I don't know that she's more competent than the other three, but she's been shown, or at least indicated to be ridiculously talented at this whole thing.
Pretty much up to like what Levi's level.
I think she has his levels of potential. She also does not freaking function right
with
when Eren's in risk. Yeah.
It's like every time he's in a situation where he's in trouble, she's like, my Eren senses are tingling. Let me just go and kill some people.
I think she's already been affected by the previous time where Eren pretty much died as far as she knew.
And then plus this time it happened right in front of her, whereas before she heard from Armin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time she's like, yeah, no, I'm not letting this thing that I already thought happened once happen again, but for reals this time.
I wonder how that affected her, though, because, I mean, assuming that she was told the entire story at some point afterwards, seeing almost the same exact thing happen right in front of her, I feel like that's really traumatizing.
Quite possibly.
I can't even imagine how she's going to be in the next episode.
But, like,
be broken.
I'd be tempted to think, if I was in her position, that, alright, yeah, you go ahead and eat him, bitch, because he's going to transform eventually, and then you're going to rupture. That would be my, but that would be my guess.
Kill him. I'm assuming she just swallowed him to store him, and then he's transferring him somewhere else.
I mean, I also suspect that Miss Female Titan is aware enough of Titan abilities to know that the risk of him transforming is there. And she either has some precautionary capability.
She also did a pretty good job of knocking him out.
Yes.
So I think
he's not going to be as capable of transforming again. He wore himself out, so there's going to be a while before he can transform.
I have to wonder where they're going to go, because if she's equally open to be eaten by Titans,
there's probably a secret Titan cave.
Oh, maybe they're going to the house.
I suppose
that's kind of far, though, from where they are, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to do a little
semi-loop thing. It's a wall, like, quadrant away.
Yeah. And didn't they go, like,
thereabouts. But, I mean, they were heading in that general direction, right?
Oh, I thought they were...
Oh, no, they were just doing a scouting mission this time. But I think they were still heading in that direction.
I didn't think they were. I don't remember now. But
no,
whatever.
it was either that.
It's still far for that, and she's tired, so I don't know if she's gonna make that. But if they do go there, I don't know. Eren and his yelling, and the chick titan and her yelling. Why are they different yellings? Did she do it on like a different pitch, or like a different way of yelling, and that's what got the. And where did they go? They all like disappeared.
They ate the thing that attracted them, and then they
There's
wandered
still
off.
people
And they're
around.
yeah. They just presumably wandered off chasing whatever nearest
I guess there's so
human
much
they
else
spotted.
going on that it wasn't really worth showing anything that was happening with them.
I imagine they're probably eating the freaking people who have to be stuck with the carts right now.
The worst job in the world.
Well,
Hey, let's join the survey course. I'm sure Armin was just like a step above that or something.
no, I mean, I imagine that it's fairly like that. Actually skilled people
Yeah,
get
you would
assigned
hope.
to
You
at
would
least the
hope.
protection duty of the carts, if not the driver part. The driver part is probably the people that have no hope whatsoever, but
Because they're okay. What's happening now? Are they all gonna go back now?
I mean they're the
just giving up completely on the rescue mission, the new now mission of rescuing Eren. I guess to go and regroup and then.
Levi and Mikasa are following the female Titan.
They're gonna run out of gas eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But at least Levi's refilled. I think Mikasa is not. I mean, no one else really know. I mean, like, okay, so obviously
Hawkeye noticed that.
the people who recognize his roar and are in a position of enough authority to be able to go, hey, we're going to change direction now to go after the thing.
Hot guy who
Yes.
did.
Yes. Yes. Hot guy and the people next to his immediate vicinity, plus
Yes.
anyone he can send a scout to contact.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else has no reason to break the retreat order.
No, I know.
So, yeah, I imagine the vast majority of the people are just going to leave. And most of them, and even Hot Guy or whatever, has no reason to necessarily expect that Eren needs rescuing right now. He probably
Because
isn't.
you think he'd want to know what was
Presumably,
going
yeah, he's intelligent enough to go, oh, yeah, I should check that out. But, you know, then there's plenty of other people in outside of his immediate reach who probably won't make that decision.
It's interesting that she doesn't want to kill him and is just like kidnapping him essentially.
Yeah.
And I can't at the moment think of any reasons as to why she would want to do this aside from the fact that, ooh, he's like me and he can transform like me. But I feel like there should be more than that.
Her facial features were interesting throughout the fight.
I agree.
Because while he was all like ragey on top of her, she was kind of like passively observing him without any real.
They seem to do like a really good job on her expressions during the whole fight and just this whole episode, really. Like when she was afraid, like she really looked afraid, or you know.
Yeah, for the moments where she was like, "Oh shit, this doesn't look good." But then she regens her one eye and she's like, "Yeah, I got you guys, bitches."
Oh my god! Oh, this is like the new Marco episode.
She owned them good.
Oh, but this is like 3 Marcos.
Petra probably had a chance to dodge. She was too busy freaking out.
Yeah, and then the tongue guy.
And the tongue guy would have actually had a chance, but he didn't know about the armoring. It's also interesting what they did with Levi's reactions as he's passing over.
Yeah.
All those like squads, bodies. Cause
You could tell there was definitely some grief there.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to watch, actually.
It was like his typical expressionless face for the most part, but the way they did it was pretty good because it leaves it open enough that it could really be any number of things, including him possibly being just emotionless about it. But given what we do know of him and how much he tends to get ragey about Titans, just in a less blatant way than Eren, yeah, there's probably grief of just for his team, but I imagine there's also like deep-seated like I'm gonna shit on her to this, which presumably is female Titan. Though to be honest, I also know what his actions in the near future are from certain AMV scenes, so I am skewed in knowing his current emotional state in that regard. But it's nice that, you know, he makes a nice contrast for Mikasa in this context, because Mikasa just flips out.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Meanwhile, he's actually still
composed.
At least partially, yeah, at least more so. Presumably, he's also not at his optimal performance at this point, but he's certainly more so than he's more so than Mikasa. He's got his shit together enough that he actually seems to still be normal.
Well, that's it for this episode, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
I am